Your mind is a museum, filled with the artifacts of a life fully lived. In its halls, hang the portraits of who you used to be, the dedicated professional, the tireless parent, the ambitious dreamer. In its cases rest the memories, moments of breathtaking joy, and seasons of quiet sorrow. For decades, you were the busy collector, constantly adding new exhibits to this grand collection. But a time comes when the collecting slows, and you find yourself walking these same halls, polishing the same artifacts, reliving the same stories. And a quiet danger emerges. You can become the lonely curator of your own past, trapped in the beautiful, silent rooms of who you once were. This video is not about tearing down your museum. It's about learning how to walk through it freely. It's a guide to the most graceful and powerful art we can learn in life's later chapters, the art of inner surrender, guided by the timeless wisdom of both the Stoic philosophers and the Taoist sages. Part 1. The weight of what we hold. As the years unfold, life quietly becomes a museum of memories. We walk through the halls of our own past, surrounded by the artifacts of who we used to be. There are moments of incandescent joy, preserved in glass. There are moments of profound loss, their shadows long and silent. And there are the roles we once wore like armor, the dedicated professional, the tireless provider, the ever-present parent. We hold on to them, we polish them, we identify with them. Often, long after the world has stopped asking us to play those parts. Beneath it all, we carry the heaviest artifacts of all, our expectations, the ghost of the person we thought we'd become by now, the echo of who others once needed us to be. We carry these things every day, often without realizing their weight. But now, in this quieter chapter of life, a softer, more honest question begins to emerge from the silence. What of all this is still serving me? And what is simply lingering out of habit? This question is the beginning of wisdom. The ancient Stoic philosopher Epictetus, who was born a slave and became one of Rome's great teachers, built his entire philosophy on this distinction. He taught that our suffering comes not from our circumstances, but from our attachment to things outside our control. He said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." So much of what we carry, the sting of an old regret, the anxiety for a future we cannot command, the need for a final validating conversation that will never happen, these are things that lie beyond our control. According to the Stoics, they are not flaws in our character. They are simply echoes. They are messages from the past asking not to be solved, but to be heard, understood, and then, with compassion, released. Consider a woman named Carol. For 30 years, she was a highly respected high school principal. Her identity was forged in competence, leadership, and the daily duty of managing a complex world of students and teachers. Now, 2 years into her retirement, she finds her mind still running the old patterns. She mentally critiques the decisions of the new principal. She rehearses conversations from a decade ago. She feels a constant, low-grade irritation. The armor of Principal Carol is heavy, but she doesn't know how to take it off. It is the only way she knows how to be. The weight she is carrying is the ghost of a role she has already fulfilled. Part 2. Letting go is not losing. In our culture, a culture of striving and acquisition, the idea of letting go is often confused with giving up. It sounds like defeat. It feels like a loss. But the great wisdom traditions of both the East and the West tell us that this is a profound misunderstanding. The ancient Taoist sage, Laozi, in the timeless Tao Te Ching, wrote, "When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be." Read that again. I become what I might be. Letting go is not an act of diminishment. It is an act of creation. It is clearing the ground for something new to grow. Letting go of the identity of Carol the principal doesn't mean Carol becomes nothing. It means she creates the space to discover who else she might be. An artist, a mentor, a traveler, a contemplative. Letting go is not weakness. It is an act of profound trust. It is the trust that what's meant to remain in your life will remain, and what's finished can be allowed to rest with dignity. The great Roman emperor, Marcus Aurelius, one of the most powerful men in the world, wrote about this in his private journal. He wasn't writing as an emperor, but as a human being grappling with loss and change. He reminded himself, "Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight." These weren't the words of a man in denial of pain. They were the words of a man learning to align himself with the rhythm of life, not against it. Think of an autumn tree. It does not cling to its leaves in fear of the coming winter. It does not mourn their loss. It understands, on a deep cellular level, that release is a necessary and beautiful part of the cycle. It gracefully lets its leaves go, trusting in the unseen promise of a future spring. You do not need to grip the past so tightly. It has already done its work. It has shaped you. It has taught you. And now it is asking to be released, so you can turn your face to the sun of a new season. Part 3. The practice of inner surrender. Letting go, then, is not a single dramatic moment of decision. It is a quiet, gentle, and continuous practice. It is a skill we cultivate day by day. It begins with the simplest and most profound tool we have, the breath. For a moment, just notice it. Feel the air enter your body, and on the exhale, feel the gentle release in your muscles. Each exhale is your body's natural way of letting go. It does it all day, every day, without struggle. Use it as a reminder. When a painful memory or a heavy thought arises, consciously pair it with a long, slow exhale. You are not pushing the thought away. You are physically signaling to your nervous system that in this moment, you're safe and you can release your grip. Then, there are the stories. The old wounds, the what-ifs, the arguments you are still trying to win in your head. These stories have immense power as long as they remain as ghosts in the background. The practice is to bring them into the light, write them down in a journal, speak them aloud to a trusted friend or therapist, give them form. And when you're ready, try a radical practice. Thank them. Thank the old role for the purpose it gave you. Thank the old wound for the strength it taught you. Thank the regret for the wisdom it brought you. Gratitude neutralizes the emotional charge. It allows you to honor the past without being imprisoned by it. You can see Carol writing a letter she will never send, beginning with, "Dear Principal Self, thank you for your service," as a way of giving that part of her a dignified retirement. Lastly, the practice involves letting go of the expectation that you must remain who you once were. You have earned the right to change. You are allowed to soften. You are allowed to evolve. You have spent a lifetime proving. Now, you can choose peace. You have spent a lifetime striving. Now you can choose stillness. The unburdened self. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. The memories will still be there, like faint scars that map the journey of your life. It means remembering them with gentleness, not with judgment. The scar is there, but it no longer aches at the touch. You're not unraveling, you're unburdening. And in that surrender, as the weight lifts, something new begins to grow in the space you've created. A deeper calm, a clearer sense of self, a wiser, more compassionate way of being in the world. The Buddha, another great teacher of this art, once said, "You only lose what you cling to." The great paradox is that by letting go of who you thought you were supposed to be, you finally become free to be who you are. So, breathe in and let go, not because you must, but because now, finally, you can.